Morning, everybody. It's been a while since I've been put out a video, but that's because I've been on vacation back to back 2 weeks. I had like a 3-day trip in between, but I didn't vlog it because it was just 2 legs each day, so it wouldn't have been worth it. So back 5-day trip, starting a 5-day trip off the rip. Today is just 3 legs. I go to Louisville, Kentucky, back to Atlanta to Monroe, Louisiana. So a lot to talk about, excuse me, to give my opinion to other people, because a lot of airlines have been hiring, and I know a lot of people have been getting CJOs and things like that. And just want to give a little advice to people who are coming into this industry, and other advice that people can use in their daily lives, whether you're in this industry or not, just because of how I look at things. So I'm gonna kind of explain that probably once I get to Monroe, or probably throughout the video. So because I don't like my clips being super long, because I know people's attention, sometimes it's not going to stay that long when you're in a whole monologue of things like that. So I'll see. But when I came in, I came behind the shuttle, so I mean I'm on time. It's 5:50. I have to be at the gate I have to be reported at 6:30, so I'm okay. But I don't want to miss the shuttle and have to stand out there because it's cool. It's not cool enough for a jacket, for me to carry around a jacket all day, because it gets up to 83 degrees. It's one of those parts of the time of the year where we're cold in the morning. By afternoon, we're wearing shorts. So I don't want to carry my jacket around. So I'm going to go and get on and wait for the shuttle. I'll see you guys once I get to Monroe today around 12:30. Hey everybody, I made it here to Monroe, Louisiana, right? So I thought I was going to talk to you all about what I had said earlier in the car, but something actually happened on my first flight that I do need to talk to you about. Nothing really bad. It was a good pleasure for something that actually happened that I've wanted to happen. But so we're boarding, and there is a lady that gets on board, and she's having trouble finding her seat, so I'm helping her find her seat for her, right? And I'm up in the front trying to help other passengers, to get on board and put their bag up or whatever, and help them reach the seat. So she comes back to me and was saying something, and I saw that she had her phone ready, like it was on the translate app, but it said Spanish, because she said she doesn't speak English, in broken English or whatever. And then she said, I was about to say what? She was like, Portuguese. So I said, and then, my eyes lit up. I was like, aha, aha. Like, oh, really? So I said, eu falo pouco Portuguese, which means I speak a little Portuguese or whatever. So she started talking, and she started talking really, really fast. And the only thing that I caught out of what she said was her medicine was in her bag. Those are the only 2 words. I know what medicine mean and what suitcase is. So she wanted to get her medicine out of her suitcase. So I asked her, I said, qual é a cor de sua mala, which means what color is your suitcase? Mala is suitcase in Portuguese. So she said verde, and which is green. So I went to try to get in, that was a whole thing in itself. So now we're, doing service in the back, and it's just a water, coffee, tea flight or whatever like that. And so when I get to her, I say, você quer de água, café, chá? She says café. So I say com leite, which means with milk. And she goes, and she says açúcar, which is sugar. So I say quantos, which means how many. She told me how many, whatever, said it really fast. And I'm talking about when they talk real fast. And I was like, and she thanked me once she got off the plane and told me thank you for speaking Portuguese to her or whatever like that. So that's what happened on the flight like that. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. These lessons are coming in handy now. Because at first I was nervous, and then once I started talking to her, I became more comfortable. Now, granted, like I said, I don't know every word. don't know every word yet. I just know like some basics. And I was able to work through her issues that she had at the beginning and offer her a beverage of her choice. Now, the only word I didn't know, because we have Cheez-Its, so we have cookies and Cheez-Its. So I know the word for cookies. I don't know the word for like crackers, because that's what the closest thing would be. So I just showed her, she said she wanted the cookies. So that, it is what it is. It's a work in progress. I don't want this clip to be long, so what I had to talk about, I'm gonna talk about it later throughout the vlog. So, and other than that, I'm gonna go do my routine, get back into it. It's been a while since I've consistently worked out. I only gained 5 pounds from being on vacation and just walking and eating, because calories don't count when you're on vacation. That's how I look at it. So, I mean, I can lose the 5 pounds in 2 days, but go back out to get to my workout routine, and I'll see you guys in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. Too late day today. I'm on road to Atlanta to Augusta, no sits. I'm done before 11 o'clock, so it's easy day. Today I'm going to talk about like controlling your consumption of things. And there's a reason why I'm saying this, because like I said before, it can apply to just being in aviation, and also it can apply to you in your everyday life, because consumption of too much consumption can be harmful to you in a lot of ways. I'm going to speak about that once I get to Augusta. But I slept okay last night. I slept wrong, so now my lower back is kind of a little bit stiff. As the day goes forth, it'll work itself out, and I'll be okay. But other than that, that's all I have to say to I get to Augusta this morning, and I'll talk to you more than in Augusta. I don't plan on anything happening on these 2 flights, hopefully. But I'll see you guys once I get to it.
Everybody made it here to Augusta. Brand new hotel we're staying in. Why we left the other one, don't know. Haven't stayed in Augusta in a while, but nothing happened on the flights today as I expected. It was very uneventful. A lot of people just went to sleep. I was working forward. I had service leaving, both service, but there was no service in the back coming to Augusta because the mileage. What I was going to talk to you all about is about your consumption of media, whether it's news, whether it's anything like that. So, our mainline company just announced their 3rd quarter earnings. So, of course, a lot of people feel that, we are not being paid fair wage, which, again, telling people, yes, we do need to be paid more than what we are getting. But I don't know the inner workings of how that works with the mainline and our company, my company in particular, who pays and whoever has the authority or say so. I can always assume, but I don't know for sure, and I'm not going to ever assume. But my thing is, that mainline is making billions of dollars, I should say. It was $1 billion 3rd quarter. Why would you go seek that out to make yourself angry? You did the same thing the quarter before, in the quarter before, last year, this year. Why do you continue to consume it and then post it in our Facebook group to get everybody else upset? Like, I saw the same article, but I didn't feel the need to post it because I know it was going to trigger people, because that's the running thing. And the same thing with news and politics. Like, people seek out to consume it and then get upset about things that they have no control over. I get you. I'm not saying that you don't have a right to be upset. I don't want anybody to think that's not what I'm saying. But limit on what you consume, because why are you getting yourself riled up over things that you cannot control? I can't control that they made $1 billion last quarter, and I don't know why they won't trickle down to us to raise our wages up. I can't get mad at that. I can't control that. I can only control what I can control. So why constantly get myself mad about that? It's been like this for 8 years. Well, going on 8 years. So why would I continue to get myself mad about it? And you have some of the same people who consume the same thing, and they search it out, seek it out, and want others to be as angry as them. But, and even with people, you know, that are not part of aviation industry, with everything that's going on in the world, with the news and politics and stuff, limit the consumption. Like, I limit my consumption. I try to laugh as much as possible throughout the day. So I know what's going on in the world. I know things that are happening, but I don't consume it on a daily basis. I don't consume it on a daily basis. I'll see, you know, I'll go read a few articles and then boom, that's it. That's it. And, you know, I don't try. There's people I know that look at it every single day and get mad every single day. Just limit your consumption on things that's going to make you angry. Consume more things that are going to make you happy, laugh, smile. That way you add, to me, I feel like the more you laugh, the longer you add to your life, because you mad all the time, you just cutting your life short. That's just how I look at it. That's just how I feel. I'd rather laugh than be mad or sad. So that's just me. That's just my little tidbit on consumption of things, especially when it comes to media. Limit it. Limit your consumption on negative things, I should say. Not positive things, but limit it on negative things or things that are going to upset you. Tomorrow's an early report, 4:30 van. And I think tomorrow's the 5-leg day that I did. Don't ask me why. It's just a 5-leg day tomorrow. So I see you guys. Good morning, everybody. Today is day 3 of 5. Actually, I have a 6-leg day. I know I told you 5, but it's 6. Didn't realize that when I swapped into this trip. I think what happened is somebody combined, was trying to get rid of their trip and combined another trip that we had in open time. That's the only way I can see this has gotten 6 legs on it, because they don't normally do that. Although these are short legs. So Augusta to Atlanta, Atlanta to Jackson, Mississippi, back from Jackson to Atlanta, Atlanta to Montgomery, Alabama, back to Atlanta to Valdosta. And I'm done about 5 o'clock this evening. So it's going to be a long day today with 6 legs. I didn't realize that when I swapped into it, but again, I didn't want to finish late, so it kind of didn't really matter. And this is really the only longest day that I do have in this trip. So I'll just stomach it for one day and, you know, get on about it. But other than that, slept really well, and not as tired as I did. I just kind of rested all day yesterday after I came from the gym. I didn't try to go out and walk because we're on the South Carolina side of Augusta now, in North Augusta. But I didn't bother going outside really to walk around. I just tried to rest as much as possible because I knew today was going to be a long day. So I'll see you guys once I get to Valdosta, just hopefully, because it's supposed to be thunderstorms, tornado warnings, and things like that coming through. So we're going to see what happens. Hey everybody, I am not in Valdosta. I'm at home in my car. So after I did my Jackson turn, everybody, my whole crew, that was the end of their day. That was the end of their trip. So that's what let me know that somebody combined this trip with another trip in open time, because I had to continue on. So I was supposed to do a Montgomery turn. Montgomery turn kept getting delayed because of the inbound. So when the inbound finally came, I think I was supposed to leave at 12:15. We didn't end up leaving until like 3 o'clock. So they modified my schedule. I was supposed to go deadhead to Huntsville, Alabama, but being that we were delayed so much, even we got in Atlanta, they was delayed. I think we left a little bit after 3 o'clock, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because they had to continue to do paperwork because the plane had maintenance in an outstation in Tri-Cities, Tennessee. So that's what took it so long, and that's what caused the delay. And my deadhead was supposed to originally leave at 5:45. Cool, we could have made it because we landed at 5:21. That's what time we landed. And I got to the gate, we landed. But they moved the flight up 5 minutes. So now we have to be there by 5:41. But we landed at 5:21. So we get to the gate at probably about 5:26, 27-ish. Another 5-6 minutes to get people off the plane because we weren't full. Then we had to wait for the pink tags. They closed the door at 5:39. So we missed the deadhead. And I was supposed to work in the morning from Huntsville to LaGuardia, deadhead from LaGuardia to Atlanta, then deadhead from Atlanta to Evansville. That's what I was going to do yesterday to pick up the rest of my trip. So now, since I missed it, I'm on time available, which just basically they can call. Still have to give me a 2-hour call out. So it's kind of like reserve, but I'm on time available, which I don't think they're going to use me unless there's an IROP, and I'm going to just deadhead to Evansville tomorrow afternoon. And that's all I do tomorrow. So that's what happened. That's why I'm at home. They do give us a hotel in base, but I chose to go home. You know, so the only time I take the hotel is if it's an early report in the morning. So technically, since they have to give me a 2-hour call out, that's enough time for me to go home and get to the airport within 2 hours. So that's what I'm gonna do, just go home, cook me a nice, well, it's late. I'm hungry, I haven't eaten. So I'm gonna cook me a little light meal and wash clothes and stuff like that, and, you know, do all that other good jazz or whatever. But other than that, I'll see you guys. Like, I still worked 5 legs. I didn't do 6. I did 5. And it wasn't that bad. Like I said, it was short legs, so it wasn't horrible. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow whenever either if they call me or when I get to Evans. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So this is day 4 of a 5-day trip. They called me this morning about 7:15 to give me a turn to Springfield, Missouri, which my report time, when it's kind of like I'm in an outstation, so I don't have to necessarily be there an hour before. It's 45 minutes prior to. The flight leaves at 10:06, which I think they pushed that time back to give me an actual 2-hour call out. My alarm had just went off at 7 something, I think. And, you know, I don't check my phone. I do, you know, all my little morning things that I do in the morning, like stretch, stuff like that. And then as I was finna get ready to brush my teeth, that's when they called me. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a Springfield turn, nothing too crazy. And then I sit for 2 hours, and then I deadhead to Evansville. So that's what I do for today. I just missed the shuttle, so I'm gonna sit in the car. It's 46 degrees this morning. It's supposed to get up to 82. I have my jacket in the car, but I don't know if I want to take it, lug it around, and it's not going to be cold. But I'm going to take it just in case, because Springfield weather is kind of tricky. I mean, Evansville weather will be kind of tricky. So, but other than that, I'll see you guys once I get to Evansville tonight. Everybody made it here to Evansville finally. Today's flights were very uneventful. I landed about 5:30. I'm just not getting into the room at 6:30 because the company that we use to set up our transportation, because the hotel doesn't have hotel transportation, got lost in the crack. So had to wait on somebody to come, and it's like a 15-minute ride from the airport to here, but I don't know where the driver came from, so it took a minute. Other than that, I don't know if you all live in Atlanta, it's been on the news or whatever, but basically a family helped stop a mass shooting at the airport, right? A guy planned on shooting up the South Terminal, even though he came into the airport unarmed, but when they checked his car, he had a whole bunch of assault rifles and things like that. Normally, I don't go on the South Terminal on domestic side. Our shuttle drops us off on the international side. So, and even when I'm going on vacation, I go on the international side just because the lines are a little bit shorter on the international side for me, though. So, and also with TSA still not being paid, a lot of TSA workers did not show up to work today. So the lines on that side of the terminal, the north and the south, was wrapped all the way outside. So that could have been bad. Luckily, the man's family called it in and notified APD, Atlanta Police Department. My bad. So that is it. But I'm gonna go try to do a quick workout run. I don't feel like it, but I need to push myself to do it because it's late. It's cool. It's starting to get dark at 6 o'clock now. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'll see you guys in the morning for a 4:52. Everybody, I made it home. I didn't get to y'all this morning because I woke up, sat on the bed for a while to rethink my life, and it was just a 3-leg day, easy 3-leg, honestly, from Evansville to Atlanta to Charleston, West Virginia, back. All was water flight, so very uneventful. We got home a little bit earlier than normal, so that's a good thing too.
Other than that, I know it's been a long time since I had a vlog out, so I do apologize about that, but vacation and other things happen, so I do apologize about that. As always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them.